Welcome to Riga TechCast once again, and today we have Andris.
Hey,
Andris, first of all, who you are? How do you present yourself?
well, I'm a person, I'm a human, husband, father, and after all of that, I'm efficiency person, agile person, coach, and stuff like that. More to professional side and everyday work life.
Okay, Andris Aišpurs in the studio.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So there were already a couple of words I couldn't follow. There's agile. What would you call as three top areas you see yourself as main fields you work professionally?
I would say IT, like IT, project management and stuff like that. The professional coaching, it's my new passion. I'm newly certified PCC coach, so by the ICF standards. And I would say the third area, like the agile and all related stuff, like lean, agile, Kanban, all the scaled frameworks, safe, less, Nexus, you name it. So.
Okay, maybe if you could tell us a bit about your journey. So you started, I assume, as basically one person, and now you're this Andris. How did you grow to this? What's your story?
Where should I start the story? What's the
Probably.
starting point?
Well, some people start with the childhood. If you can do fast forward from childhood, then cool. Yeah, the key moments which changed your life, something like that.
Yep. Okay. The starting point would be my second work, I believe, as a project manager in one of the quite small IT companies in Riga.
So you're initially a project manager.
I started as a project manager, which was like /sales / Q&A and stuff like that. So it's not like purely project management with some additions. Then I helped to start and set up the office for one of the outsourcing companies here in Riga, which was Mosties, and they had started KKHR later on. And then there I grew more like IT manager, IT project manager / Q&A, and I dealt directly with the clients, and the clients were like not the end clients, but the huge agencies like marketing agencies, digital agencies, whatever you name it, who just sent us some projects we needed to deal with, and it's quite. I could name it right now in agile way, because the things changed like in minutes there, and the requirements were flying around like every minute and so on, and the amount of the project was quite huge. And then I would say the next turning point would be tech company or La Telecom. At that point, it's like 8 years already there. And again, I started as an IT project manager, where it was like really purely IT project management, without sales, without anything that, in the enterprise company, or let's say large company for the Latvia. And then I went to the training for the I believe it was Scrum. Yeah, and after training, I said. No, we're definitely not going to do this in our company. After 2 weeks...
Meaning you don't believe it, or the company is not a place where to do that?
I was not so excited after the training, and I saw that it kind of doesn't fit in our reality there, and it was also not forced by the management to introduce it. Just hey guys, you can go and learn and try. And get certificate. And at that point, after 2 weeks, I decided, we need to try. Actually, it can work for one of our projects.
What changed?
I don't know what actually changed, but maybe it was some kind of I don't know thoughts which get to me, like just being with them and just rethinking some stuff. So I went to my direct manager and said, no way, we definitely need to try with one team.
Okay.
And he agreed, and it was like external team with developers. And at that point, their CEO said, we don't really like that idea because we have a Kanban and we're working in a bit different way, and we just we pitched it good enough, and they agreed that okay, let's try. And after the first, it was like 3-week sprint, I believe, the CEO came and said, actually we are seeing 2 times performance boost in these 3 weeks compared to what we had before, so let's continue. Then we scaled to 3 teams, then we scaled to additional 2 with the Kanban, and that was my passion at the time. So I was learning like crazy, and just after a year I was speaking with the same language and about the same problems with the people who are working in the domain for 5 years, 8 years and 10 years. And for that I can say thanks to Andris Aišpurs, my mentor at that point, and friend. And then I learned about few scaled frameworks and lean, and now I would say my next turning point probably is I'm still like deciding the professional coaching and also mentoring for the coaches.
It takes a big step to decide, okay, now I'm gonna go learn coaching. What was your, I don't know, motivation, an accident, an occasion? So how did you come to that?
Yeah, that actually again quite interesting story, because there was an option to work with a coach in the TED company for a few particular people, and I was one of them, luckily.
Before you continue,
could
you please describe a bit what is professional coach or coach at that time there? What is that?
At that time there, what do you mean exactly?
Let's make it simple. What is a coach in your words for everyone to be on the same page?
Okay, if again I'm referring to the professional coaching by International Coaching Federation standard, because there are a lot of platforms and schools, and a lot of people are calling themselves coaches just because they like to do it. I would say it's a mirror who helps the other person to see himself or herself, let's say themselves, to hear themselves, think loudly, and like make some changes in their lives.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so sorry for that. So what happened?
What happened? So when I was coaching myself and went to those particular coaching sessions I mentioned before with the coach who was like coaching the TED company at that time, I realized that to get there where I want, and at that particular point of time, that was like working more with the board members and higher management and stuff like that, pitching my ideas better, like seeing and feeling the audience and the people in the room. I need to improve a few of my skills, which is like basically 2 skills: self-awareness and executive presence. And
maybe you could describe a little of both of them. What do they mean?
Well, for me, the self-awareness is like being aware of what is happening with you and around you at that particular point of time. For example, I'm right now speaking with you. I'm aware that my fingers might be freezing a bit, and maybe my jacket might be too tight in some places, and there are people in the room walking around and doing stuff. Being aware of that and being able to not pay attention to it at all. Focus on you, on your emotions, on your body language, on your words, and that's about the presence, the executive presence. Like totally focus on the other person or group, see them, feel them, hear them, and like act accordingly.
Okay, and the second one?
I explained about the executive presence.
Ah, okay. I kind of
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, got it.
And at that point, the coach gave me I wouldn't say the advice, but like a vector. He said, if you want to improve those skills, you can try to go and learn to be a professional coach, because in the essence, professional coaching is totally about self-awareness and presence. It's all about that. There are there was, I believe, 11 competencies at that point of time, and he said you can just throw 10 away, and the main thing is like self-awareness and being present, and that's all the coaching is about. And when I started, I realized that that's it, and I like these coaching sessions and being a professional coach.
Okay, we know what a coach is. We know your journey. So you got your certificate, I understand. How do you have your first coaches? How's that going?
Well, I have like quite a lot of coaches. I have more like 500 hours already in my pocket with the real clients who are like paying me money, and I have some mentees already as a coach mentor, where also I got certified like a few months ago, as far as I remember.
Okay.
So that's like additional two journeys as professional coach and professional coach mentor.
How's that different? How to be a coach for a coach? You're using word mentor now,
Yes,
so that's different.
That's a bit different for sure.
Yeah, can you describe it a little?
Yeah, the mentor is, if the coach can't really share his experience, his, insights, his maybe feelings in the coaching session with the coachee, the mentor is more about reviewing and helping to understand the mentee, how good he is at particular coaching competencies. And here you can share your experience, your use cases. You can share how you see particular conversation going, because in the mentoring session, the material you're working with might be pre-recorded actual coaching session the coachee brings to you, so the mentee brings to you as a coach, and you are working based on that, so you can hear all the questions he asked you, hear all the answers. You can, if it's a video, you can see all the body language from the client, from the coach, how one behaved, how the other behaved, how does it goes together with the code of ethics of ICF and all the other competencies.
Yeah, interesting. A few sessions ago, we had Guntis Kalniņš, who was basically telling us that coaches will disappear because of AI in a rather soon future. He was coming from some, demo or whatever, and he was surprised kind of how developed the technology is, that it actually can behave as a coach. And of course, he immediately stopped himself somewhere there, saying, well, it doesn't have that human intent and so on. What's your view on that? Is it possible that AI will replace coaches? Yes, no, why?
Well, I believe everything is possible nowadays,
Okay.
but I see it from a bit different perspective. For example, right now, when you were asking me a question, your eyesight was moved more to the left, and all the other time you're looking at me directly. So as a coach, I would ask at that moment what happened to you, why you needed to move your eyesight somewhere else, and you also started to move your hands around a bit. So what was happening to you? And I believe currently the AI can't actually read this info and ask you question based on that. And for example, in coaching sessions, I sometimes hear that when I ask, what's in it for you? Why does it happen to you? And the answer is, oh, my biggest fear is fear of uncertainty. And person is saying that with smile. And then I ask, you are telling me right now about your biggest fear, which is not like the coolest thing maybe, but you are doing it with smile on your face, big smile. Do you agree with this observation? I ask, and the person says yes. What was that smile about? What was happening to you? Oh, that was my defense at the moment. And I ask, okay, against what you were defending in our conversation here in the room where we are one-on-one. Okay. Can I do that? And the other thing, what I actually observe, why people are coming to the coaching session, they really like and they are surprised that they are being heard actually by someone who is listening, who is not sitting in his phone, who is not running away in like 5 minutes or 2 minutes, and he said, okay, you have 1 minute, what you want. This is really like pure quality human conversation people are receiving. And I believe the more we have AI in our lives and interactions with the machines, the more we are be willing to get quality conversation with the human being.
I hope
but
so.
Again, I believe everything can happen.
Back to your example, where's the borderline between a coach and a psychotherapist? Because I heard example about people talking about their fears and so on. Where's the borderline? What's the difference then?
You want the quick answer or the long answer?
The quick one.
The quick one. There is a thin ice between these supporting professions. The biggest thing I would say that the coaches in their conversation with the coaches are focusing to the future. What you want in your life. What will happen when you will have it in your life. How you will change when you will have it. What's behind that on deeper level for you. Why you need this. What are the obstacles to get there? So all the questions are to get to the next state.
Okay.
To actually make some changes in your life. Because for example, in coaching session, a client said, oh, I have an insight. That's crazy. I just understood that blah, 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 blah. And then I ask, that's cool. How do you feel about it? I feel energized. Okay, through this energy, which you just found, how you are going to integrate this insight in your life. How this insight will help to change your life. In the psychotherapy sessions, the focus mostly is on the past. What happened to you, what impact it had on you, what similar situations right now impacts, how those situations impact you right now, your behavior, your emotions, how did you get past that, how do you feel about that, and that's all about the past. And mainly about finding the answers. So in the coaching, the answer is just like a halfway. What you will do now with this answer.
Okay, thank you. That's an interesting response, an answer. I haven't heard this one. Cool.
Yeah.
Andris, as the last thing for this quick interview, is there something what you would like to share?
Yeah, maybe it's worth to mention that we talk quite a lot about the coaching in this interview, but like my previous experience with the agile and efficiency is still there. Right now, I'm working as a efficiency leader, and again, that's like another part of my life, which is right now even bigger, like coaching, but. I'm just thinking right now how to split these two areas and maybe some of IT in my life. So that's still there.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
for having me.